Alright, what's up guys? Got my 562 Mark II here. I've done some port work on it. I took the base gasket out, which took off about 65 thousandths or so, depending on how much you squeeze that rubber washer. 60 to 65 thousandths. And then I cut the squish band, and it has that dish piston. I took the dish out, and then I cut the squish the rest of the way to get my, clearance, the 20 thousandths. It's at about 23 thousandths or so. I missed it by a little. But anyhow, my exhaust is at 101 and a half or so now, and 101, 102. My intake's at 80, and my transfers are, I think, at like 117 or something like that. Got about 15 degrees of blowdown. I think from the factory it had like 12 or 14. I can't remember exactly. But anyway, and when I first done it, before I cut anything, when I just took the 20 thousandths or so off the top of the piston to make it flat, I think my exhaust was at 105. And when it was all still, base gasket gone and the piston was still on, was like 107. And then I ground, there's a lip in these Mark IIs, the cylinder wall. I ground that out, and that put me at about 101. But anyway, we'll see how it does. This is kind of the first time I've done this to this extent. I don't know how it run. I messed around with that Mark I, but it still needs to be broke in. I did some video on a bit the other day. The only thing I didn't do, which I may go in and do, I like the numbers all right. The numbers are at like 78. And the exhaust is at 103 maybe, I can't remember exactly. The only thing is, I didn't touch the transfers any, the upper transfers. Did nothing to the lower transfers. People talk about hogging those out real big and huge, and they talk about moving air and trying to get it to flow and everything. But the way I look at it, they don't put a 10-inch hose on a shop vac. They got a 2-inch hose because that sucks harder or blows harder. They don't have a 10-inch tube on a leaf blower. They use a 4-inch tube because the tighter it is, the harder it'll blow. Harder the air will move. It's kind of the way I look at that. So. Still running this pipe on it, and I want to see how it does. It seems like it's liking it some better since I ported it, and also may run it a little bit like this, but I also may put that opened up regular muffler on it and test out, do a little testing with that as well. The factory exhaust with just the 1-inch tube coming out, so we'll see. should be a little better. I don't know, I picked something up. It's got a little judder to it. But the saw seems like it runs a lot better. We're gonna get the Aaron A. Lynch ported 572 and the Buxton 572 to do a little comparison. I may put a different. Different chain. The racers could be maybe a little lower, or I picked something up, but it's run pretty good. If it don't blow up, we'll see. Because I had to cut the squish kind of an unorthodox way, I guess. I took a socket that fit in the cylinder, and then I glued some sandpaper on the end of it. Took a drill and done it like that. Probably not the best way, but the only way I got to do it. So, it is what it is, you heard me? It's running a brand new Oregon EXL. The Buxton's got a semi-skip, my grind on it, so it's not a fair comparison. I'm not really doing that. I'm just trying to see where mine's at, you know. Chain on this Aaron saw is slowing it down quite a bit. Make it to where I put all the same chains on everything, but I want to get all these saws broke in really good first, you know what I mean? I think some of my big problem is before, like when I was running the Cajun saw against the 570 or Cajun 572 against the Cajun 400, I think the Huskies take a little longer to break in than the steel does, and I believe they just take a little longer to break in, it seems like. I may try one of. Here's the Buxton 562 Mark I and my Mark I that I've done a little work on. We'll check them out and see. These do have the dish pistons in them here. Mine don't, I think, because that's how it's got a little bit of one. Not as much as, well, I don't know about Buxton's, but not as much as they come from the factory, but you know, a little bit of one. This one's mine here. Buxton's Mark I has a 1-inch tube coming out of it, and I still want to do this to this saw because it feels pretty good. But both these saws have had less than, the Buxton haven't even had a tank run through it, and this one may have had like 3 or 4 tanks run through it. So we're far from being broke in. This is probably about a 17, 18-inch piece of pin oak. We'll do Buxton's now, and like I say, it's running the semi-skip chain as well. This one of mine has it's got a steel chain on them. Both of them my grind. On this one a little bit harder than I can mine, I'm thinking. That may not be the case, I don't know, it's hard for me to tell really. Just that much more hungrier, I don't know. Yeah, I think I can lean on that one a little more, but I need to add a pipe like that I've got. I want to put the steel chain on this 562 Mark II, and I want to see how that cuts. ratchet wrench is. Let's have a kick in the cameras. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too fond about the whole blowing out the lower transfers. You know, one reason being, none of the porters that I watch that actually do it for a living, not just playing with their own saws, like Mastermind, Kevin Levanway, you know, Cajun, Aaron A. Lynch, a lot of them guys, you know, Free Monkey and so on and so forth. I just feel like, I don't feel like they do it like that. I may be wrong. Don't get me wrong, you know, they may do some cleanup work or something like that, but as far as putting the putting them huge and widening out the transfers, you know, they may raise the uppers or whatever, but I don't think they widen everything out to where it's just a big open free-for-all. In my honest opinion, say it may be wrong, I don't know, it's just what I feel like. Certain few that do that, but I guess to each his own. People can do whatever they want to, and I'm not saying it may not help give a little more than stock or whatever, but they just don't run like what these saws do. Get on it, you know. Can't tell from the hole is here. Goes. There we go. Finally got right. Golly. Boy, it's been hot. That's why I ain't been doing much cutting or whatever. I've got a lot of, well, I say a lot, quite a bit of firewood up here I've been working on. I've been doing some tree work here and there. I ain't been doing a lot of recording as usual, just cause got crap to do, not a lot of time to do it in, so it'll work out in the wash. Now I want to see how this thing does, because this is a saw that I've really the first time I really maybe think I understand porting. Me and Cajun talked a while back. I went through some of his notes and got the degree wheel out and really studied it and everything, the timing wheel, and you know. I can pick this log up leaning on it where the other ones I can't, not even really the 572s. Of course, I know they got different chains on, you know, but I'm really digging this thing. It's plenty fast, and it's you know, got plenty of torque. I wouldn't want to raise the exhaust rig much more, but I put the numbers in this as far as oh shit, durations, kind of that Cajun put in my 400 feet. You know, I'm sure it's not exactly the same, but I try to mimic those durations and how he flipped and flopped the intake and the exhaust duration from what it was stock. This had similar durations as what my 400C did stock, and so I try to flip the durations like he did. I'm gonna come out here and get my factory exhaust, the one with the open hole in it, and I'm gonna compare it to these to my you know, to this pipe, and see if it really makes see how much the pipe helps it or hurts it, is what I'm getting at. I still haven't forgot about that. It's just one of them things, got a lot of stuff going on, and this is red oak here, so all I've got is oak to cut. May have a little cherry there, but all I've got is hardwoods. This piece right here is solid. It's not as big as that other one, and we'll see how it does. Let me move y'all where y'all can kind of see. Yeah, I'm digging this here a little bit. I've got a little bit of wood. Squirrel, you know, I get sidetracked. Got to split all that up. Then I got this. I've got more to go get. Like I say, it's just been hot, boy. Can't hardly work out in it all day, you know, and it's hard to come out and cut it. Unless I got a job, which I've got a couple jobs coming up. So Maybe a little better if I had a pop, could have cut a pop up in it like Bodie did on the Nova Slumjack. And or it could be a little better if my squish was a little tighter. Like say my squish is running 20 to 25 thou, depending on where you check it at. It kind of tapers just a little, so it's and my calipers ain't the best. I'm kind of what I call a hack. Just kind of guess through it. But the timing numbers actually done right. I'm liking it real well. I want to run these 572s a bit. I want to get these Mark 1s broke in. Like I say, it's 562. Of course, I just got it put back together a couple days ago. I ain't got a chance to run it. But it had quite a bit of time on it before I done the port work. But these, I need to run quite a bit more, which is going to be hard to do when I got so many other saws that do. And I'm going to try different mufflers on these and do some time cuts as well. These are extremely loud. Is the only knock I got against them. Even that Steadfast is really loud, or pretty loud. Whereas the one like I done on the Buxton 562 is loud, but it's not terribly loud. It still lets it breathe good, and it gives it quite a bit of power as well. But these pipes, they feel like they make a big difference. From what little bit I've run all these saws, I don't know if like I would want it to. It's more of a falling chain or whatever. This new EXL will feed a whole lot better. 2 when I was building it, of course, and it's chocolate brown. Probably looks a little richer than it should be, honestly, so it does good. Let's see how the restart is. I was having fun with her. Anyway, that'll be enough for today. Appreciate y'all for watching. Go out, check out Aaron A. Lynch's channel, Rusty Home Garage Stead, or Rusty Garage Homestead, Okie Woodsman. There's a few others that I really enjoy watching. Of course, there's big channels, but I like watching Dub Saw Shop, Novice Lumberjack. Pretty much anything to do with saws, go check them out if you watch this channel and you ain't subscribed to theirs. And y'all have a good one. Have a nice day. See ya. Thank you.